now we're going to have a look at creating a web gallery of our images for our Optimize Images project. So we're working, if you remember, on our collection. That is our Optimize collection, and it should have 12 images in it. Just make sure, if you haven't got them all selected, that you do select them all, Command A, and that they're all optimized and ready to go. So now we'll move across our modules here to our web module, and we get a view that's not dissimilar to what we had for our print module and our proof sheet creation, in a sense. Over on the left hand side there's a set of templates, and again, if they're not visible, just click the arrow and unzip them, that you can choose from. Yeah, and there's different ones. Have a look through, see if there's one you like. Yeah. And when you choose one, it previews in here. I like some of the classic ones probably more than others. Not the ones with the blue in them particularly, I must say though. Looks a bit like Lightroom, yeah. A bit black. I'll let you decide which ones you like. But the preview's there for you to have a look at. And it looks a little bit clunky and chunky in my little compressed low resolution mode that I've got for these screen recordings, but hopefully on yours it will look a lot nicer and how you want it to be. Over on the right hand side is where you can make the adjustments, just like your print module adjustments, to get your web gallery looking and performing the way you want it to. There's a few things that are important that we need to go through. You can change the title of the page by entering in these fields, and it will reflect in your preview here. My images, my photographs, you can put your titles in there if you want. You can put your name, you can put an email address if you want people to be able to click and go through to email you directly. You can adjust the colour of the template. Have a go at that, but be careful, don't do anything too outrageous. You want to represent your images in their best light, not create some wacky funky web design. You might put a little shadow around your pictures, that can be quite pleasing. Yeah. If they're selected, you can put little borders around things. Very importantly, you can change the way they appear as a grid. Now I want 12 to appear on one page, so I probably want to choose a grid like this, maybe 4x3. And again, hard to see on my little screen, but I've got all 12 pictures now on my one page. Again, I can put a border around them if I want, or not. The next ones are important. When I click on one of these images, it's going to show just that image. It's going to go through to another web page and show just that picture. How big do I want that picture to appear on that web page? I think probably for a normal size screen resolution, around about 800 pixels would be a good size. Yeah, obviously that appears somewhat large on my compressed resolution one here. Yeah. And again, we can put borders around that if we want or not, at a certain width. Just like your proof sheet, we can choose to label the images with a title or a caption, and we can choose where it draws that data from, which will appear in the library module for each image. Yeah. And also, very importantly, when those images appear as large ones on screen, what quality do we want them to be? We want them to appear as good as we can get them, yeah, but we don't want them larger files than necessary because that will slow the loading process. Do we want a watermark on them? Probably not. And here you can also choose that output that we looked at the other day when we were exporting. Do we want to sharpen it in addition to what we've done in Lightroom?